What's going on, fellas? I've got a 2000 Grand Voyager. This info may also be applicable to the Dodge Grand Caravan or the Chrysler Town & Country. Basically, I'm going to point out to you the location of some important fuses and relays for the operation of the starter, as well as for the fuel pump. So, first check to see if your horn works, and I'll tell you why later. But to start with, I'm going to pop down here real quick. There's some important fuses, actually just mostly one important fuse down here for the operation of the starter. So you back those out. There's a clear plastic piece you can remove like so. And there is a 10 amp fuse down here, the starter fuse. It's going to be this one right here. So you can pull that out, check to see if it's blown. And if it is blown, there is going to be some spare fuses on the sides here. So these are your spare fuses. Now the importance, the relevance of that fuse gets hot when the car is in the start position. When the key is in the start position, you're actively starting the car. This gets energized, and it in turn will energize the starter relay. So let's move under the hood now. There is another fuse for you to check. This fuse actually provides power to the ignition switch. And that fuse is going to be a 40 amp J-case fuse, this one right here. If you find that this is blown, you can swap it with the spare fuse located right next to it. Now as far as the starter relay itself, that's going to be this one right there. You can try tapping on it, or if your horn works, you know your horn relay works, and so you could swap it. This is going to be your horn relay right here. Good candidate to swap in. So if you swap relays and then the horn stops working, but the car is able to start, you know the relay is the culprit. So the fuel pump relay, it's going to be this relay right there. And the fuse for your fuel pump is going to be this 20 amp fuse right there. So check that out. And if you find that that's blown, you could try swapping it with the horn fuse right there. Now, checking the fuel, there's actually an easy way to check on this car. You can check to see if you have fuel pressure at the rail. You just push down on that and see if fuel comes out. Obviously this car's fuel pump is working. There's pressure here. And you can hook a pressure gauge up there if you have one. Special fuel pressure gauge, you can get it like Harbor Freight. But yeah, I hope this was helpful. And let me know if you guys have any questions, or more importantly, any tips or advice about troubleshooting the starter or the fuel pump on your Voyager.